All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BASHIM, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And basically, this lesson is getting into that righteous recompense. These things that this devil has done unto you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and getting ready to be put on upon him. All right, but double. All the rape, the robbery, the murder, the lies, the deceit, and the destruction of the Most High's people, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, the biblical Israelites. They're getting ready to pay because they haven't paid for what they have done unto us, because they're still continuing to do the things that they have done. All right, and it's biblical prophecy that this was going to happen. All right, and as you can see, some quotes and some pictures, of the things that's been going on here. Robert Kennedy, but suppose God is black, and indeed, in fact, he is. Okay, and it tells you that in Revelation, the 1st chapter. Even tells you that in Revelation 2nd chapter, in the 18th verse. It tells you that in Daniel's 10th chapter, and even the angels are black, so-called black men. Okay, in Ezekiel the 1st chapter, in the 7th verse, says the angels, their feet are burnished brass. Burnished brass. All right. But continuing, what if we go to heaven and we all our lives have treated the Negro as inferior? The Negroes speaking to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you're classified as the same people. It's not till recently that they gave you these terms, being Latino or Native American. All right, at one point in time, we're all classified as Negroes. Okay, but nonetheless, continue on this quote, and God is there, and we look up, and he is not white. What then is our response? All right, because the Most High is not a pale-faced devil like you are, and they know that. All right, and they've been long running from this judgment. Again, they haven't paid for the things that they have done unto us, and nothing has changed since we've been stolen and brought over here, or the Native Americans being basically booted out and put in corners. That goes into the prophecy, Judah and Israel was oppressed together. All right, but no, they have not paid for this. All right, the goods unjustly gotten. How is this country made? I'm just gonna get started. All right, first precept. This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived; the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. All right, so what you put in is what you're gonna get out. All right, and that's why it says in Ecclesiastes 8th chapter, because sentence against an evil work is executed speedily. Roughly paraphrasing, the hearts of men, the hearts of the son of men have set themselves fully to do evil. All this devil he lives for is gain, and thinking gain is godliness, and he goes all his way, because that's what the love of money is the root of all evil. That's how he has his power, by deception, by lies, by rape, rob, and murder, ill-gotten gain, and it's false glory. This is supposed to be the most glorious kingdom on the earth, and look what it has to have had done to get to that point. Blood money. And that's why I say that saying goes, not everything that glitters is not gold. All right, it's gilded. It's false gold. It's fool's gold. All right, and this place has been nothing but hell for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you have long forgot, man. That goes into that Stockholm syndrome. We have been beaten down to a core, where we lost. With Jeremiah 17:4, we fell away completely from our heritage. We don't know that we're Israelites. All right, and it's just now, until recently, speaking of the apostles and the elders being on the scene, the Most High servants, the prophets, popping back up, which again is biblical prophecy. They'll be falling away, but we lost our way completely. But again, we didn't know we were Israelites, but these devils knew that we were Israelites, and they for a long time held that from us. But the Most High has quickened us and woken us back up to our true nationality. All right, we're not these bywords and proverbs that this devil has given us. You know, but you can see here Thomas Jefferson, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever. You know, they always talk about justice, but what about justice for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? All right, it's like a tired song to them. They get tired of hearing it. Why? Because that guilty conscience. Because they know they have never paid for it. And that's what, you know, these Edomites' worst nightmare is. All right, these devils' worst nightmare is knowing that there's a time and end, you know, to their madness. The gig is up, pretty much. All right, what goes around comes around, karma, whatever you want to call it. All right, justice is getting ready to be served. Okay, and it's not going to be in favor of you Edomites, because your blessing is up, your time is up. Esau's blessing is up. All right, you ruling by the sword, you know, being the oppressor of the earth, your time is up. All right, and also you other heathen nations too, because you became a confederate with this devil. Psalms 83rd chapter. So you go into captivity also. Okay, but moving on to this is gonna be a quick lesson. Yeah, but my spirit's kind of been hot on this topic. I'm probably gonna make another video concerning this, because this is just that time. All right, we're getting ready to get out of here. All right, but this is Isaiah. It's Isaiah chapter 47, start at verse 6. I was wroth with my people. All right, it's talking about the Most High is talking about his people. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites. You know, that's the only people. That's the only people that the Most High deals with. All right, Deuteronomy 7:6. All right, we're a holy people. Okay, but right now, we're in our punishment. Okay, but the Most High, he just said, it's like he just said he was wroth with his people, meaning he was upset, he was angry. All right, and well, very angry. Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna keep reading. I have polluted my inheritance. All right, because why? You know, the portion of Jacob is not like them. All right, the Most High put his name upon us. All right, he's the form of all things. He is a lot of my inheritance. Talking about you Israelites, not these other heathen nations which are counted as spittle, but have begun to rule over us because of our disobedience. Nonetheless, continuing, and giving them into thy hand. All right, we've been delivered onto this devil's hands. Okay, them being superior and all that madness is it's just their pride. All right, they're nothing more than what the Most High has made them. All right, being that sword, but again their time is up, man. But continuing, thou didst shew them no mercy. All right, these devils didn't show us no mercy. Okay, continuing, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Meaning, you know, we were in our punishment, but they went too far. You know, and it's because it's personal, and it goes all the way back to the beginning. It's deeper than just a black versus white thing. All right, this is a biblical hatred. All right, we're two vessels that are have no communion with each other. We're not supposed to be. And that's why, you know, I quoted Deuteronomy 7:6. You know, we're a holy people. You know, we've been sanctified, meaning separated. The Most High divided the sons of Adam. Okay, we're not supposed to be joining hand in hand with this devil. That's what's been continually getting us in trouble. All right, but them showing us no mercy. The Most High it says that in if I'm not mistaken, Zechariah 1:15, which I think I brought out in my last video, real quick. Yep, this is Zechariah chapter 1:15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at east. Okay, talking about all the heathen. All right, you Moabites, you Ammonites, you Elamites, you Ammonites, especially you Edomites. All right, all you that are at east thinking everything's all cool. Okay, but you're getting ready to be put on that hot seat, and if you already feel it right now, because the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are getting ready to be put in their proper stead. All right, this is not a for everything. This was just a temporary thing. And why it goes into Psalms 2, why do the heathen rage? But continuing, for I was but a little displeased. All right, the Most High was a little displeased with us. All right, and a little wrath have he smote us. But with his mercy, he's getting ready to, what he's doing now, he's gathering us. All right, us, not you. Sorry, okay. Continuing, and they helped forward the affliction. All right, again, they did too much. Okay. They went above their measure. All right, you're kind of that spittle. Okay, and the Most High loves us, and he did this unto us. So imagine what's gonna happen to you. Okay, you didn't consider that. All right, and that's gonna say that in this next verse. So going back to Isaiah 47 and verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, meaning my house shall continue forever. I'm gonna continue to do the things I do. Conquering with the sword, and enlarging my desire as hell, and never being satisfied until I devour the earth. And what, you're gonna start voyaging out to Mars and the other planets? Yeah, you crazy. All right, pride has deceived thee. All right, the Most High, you thought the Most High was with you. All right, you even thought Satan was with you. Okay, but he's a servant of the Most High. Just on the left hand side. But continuing, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart. You didn't lay it to heart. All right, even though your conscience was telling you, this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, we know I'm gonna have to pay for it. I know I'm gonna have to pay for it. But you continue to do the things you did, and that shows you don't have no free will. Because again, if you knew better, you would do better. Because you knowing what's wrong and you still do it. All these people crying out against you, and you thinking you're innocent. You're wrong, and you're getting ready to pay for the stuff that you have been doing. All right. But continuing, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You didn't consider the latter end. All right. In this country which you have known to love, being so-called America, are you ignorantly love? All right. That's just the first thing. That first thing is getting ready to be taken away from you. All your high looks, you being high and you being lofty, and being on top of the world, so to say, you're getting ready to be flipped on top of your head. And again, you seeing this nation crumble is just the beginning. All right, you're getting ready to go into hardcore bondage. Okay, because you showed no mercy. With that continual stroke, continually oppressing the people in your anger and your wrath. All right, you're getting ready to pay for that. Okay, so moving on to James chapter 2 and in verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. All right, because we're gonna rejoice. All right, that's why it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, everybody's gonna break forth singing. Okay, because when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, but when the righteous are in authority, the people are going to rejoice. All right, because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the righteous. Yep, it's Isaiah 14 and 7. The whole earth is at rest and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Okay, because why? Because this devil is getting ready to be put out. Okay, no one, even your widows, ain't nobody gonna be crying for you. All right, these Edomite women, they love Jake, and they hate you. They're getting tired of you, Edomite males. Okay, and again, because you show no mercy. And again, you always talk about justice and true judgment. You like to have the scales of balance. You're not balanced. All right, and you're getting ready to see true judgment. All right, and it's coming from your worst nightmare. All right, the ultimate and omnipotent power coming in, which is a so-called black man, an angry black man. Okay, and waking up to the fact that you're inferior. All right, but I'm just gonna close out here in Revelation chapter 13 In verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. This is verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Okay. So by default, everybody knows who put the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into captivity. All right. It's chiefly Esau, Edom, and also all of you other heathen nations, again, that became confederate with this man. All right. You're getting ready to go into captivity also. All right. Going back to Isaiah, the 14th chapter. All right. 14, 1 and 2. And they shall take them captives who captives they were, and rule over their oppressors. Okay. We're getting ready to be put back in our proper state. Speaking of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay. But the first fruits, first and foremost, the elect, all right, them that have the rulership mentality, and then the rest of you, 2/3 coming back through the righteous loins of the elect. All right, but you'll still be over these heathen. You'll still be over all these heathen nations. All right, and you're going to be a royal people, and you're going to be righteous. Okay, because that's the promise that the Most High has given on to his chosen, all right, his chosen people. All right, but continuing, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Again, that righteous judgment, that recompense, because it's righteous judgment, it's true judgment. All right, because there's no judgment on this and on this earth. That's why the Most High has a controversy with the habits of this land. There's no truth, there's no judgment, there's no mercy, and there's no knowledge of the Most High, YAHAWASHI, in this land. That's why it has to be cleansed. And just like it says in Sirach 10 and 4, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due times he will set up one that is profitable. All right, you Edomites, you other heathen nations are not profitable rulers. You were made to be under the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and in this time of this rulership is prime example of what happens when the wicked bear rule. All right, so you had your chance, you had a good run. All right, but look what you have done. In just a short amount of time you have had your power, you almost have the earth in complete destruction. Because if it wasn't for the elect's sake, no flesh should be saved. If it was no elect on the earth, you would shoot these nuclear missiles and everybody would die. Okay. But continuing on verse 10, here is a patience in the faith of the saints. All right, and the saints are the Most High's people. If I'm not mistaken, it tells you that in Psalms 148. Let me get it, just to prove a point. All right. Yep, this is Psalms 148 and 14. He also exalteth the horn of his people. Horn meaning the strength. The praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord YAHAWAH. All right, and Israel, it's not the true name, it's just for edification, that we say Israel, but it's Yasha, he Prince of Power. We speak the Paleo Hebrew, but since we've been captive, we speak this devil's tongue. Okay, but we're going back to our proper state, our proper, us being rulers of the earth. All right, being a royal people, royal priesthood. I have a nation of kings and priests. That's who we are. Okay, and that's what's getting ready to happen, and that's why it says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. All right, and the end of this age, the wicked age, and we're coming into the righteous age, which is going to be forever and ever. All right, and call all YAHAWASHI. But Lord's willingness is edifying, and as always, want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Shalom.